Yeah.
Oh, he's back, everybody. Coming at you in 2024, Donald Trump.
Forgot about that.
My
president.
Isaac Hayes' family, who wrote that song, the Isaac Hayes estate, he wrote that song for Sam and Dave, is suing Donald Trump for using that in his announcement ceremony at the Mar-a-Lago Estates. Which, what's his name? Who's the...
Neil Young.
No. Who's the comedian that got fired from SNL for saying the Asian thing?
Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis. He said he went there for something, and like, so it's like a resort or whatever, but Trump has full say of like what goes on there.
Yeah.
And he said that type of music, kind of like what you'd expect to see from like a 70-year-old like white guy or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like dad music is just like playing all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Like just all throughout the resort. And so like when he does like the YMCA, it's like playing all the time and stuff like that.
That's funny. Yeah, because he played other songs where like if you really get into the words, it's like very like it's like it would be like considered anti-Trump or you know, something crazy.
But they're just like popular fun songs that like get a white crowd going.
Right. Exactly. Okay, that's funny because when we were at the Memphis Grizzlies game, first of all, I knew Dad was in hell because they had first of all, it was a crowd, so immediately level 1 of hell.
Opening game, right?
Yeah. And then
Season opener.
2, rap music was playing, you know, most of the time. All the game, definitely before like just different places in the arena, they would just have like a corner where you're walking through a hallway and there'd just be like a DJ there with some dancers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Doing some like...
Well, they're probably extra hype for the opener.
Yeah, exactly. And they... Oh, shoot. What rapper was that?
Pusha T.
Choppa.
Oh, yeah,
no,
Choppa.
It's something Choppa, but it's Choppa. And so he was there, but I mean, the music that they played during the game was like almost all rap. So then it was like level 2 of hell because it was just
NLE Choppa.
Yeah. And then
AKA Bryson Potts.
Nice. Yeah, stick with Choppa. But like in the fourth quarter with like 5 minutes left to play, then they play some like Led Zeppelin and some like White Snake or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh yeah, they got to play some music for the white people that are here.
Yep. Did you see Justin Timberlake?
No, I didn't see JT.
Chris Hardwick?
No.
Lucy Hale?
No.
Morgan Freeman?
Are they part of the ownership group or were they there opening night?
They're just people from Memphis.
Oh. No,
Ric
didn't
Flair?
see him there.
Ric Flair?
Yeah. Hey, that guy, speaking of being here for 15 years, that guy, remember that movie, The Terminal, where Tom Hanks was stuck in the airport forever?
Kinda, yeah.
You ever see that?
Sounds familiar.
The real guy who that story was based off of.
He was stuck in there, or he was like working the system to like get free flights or something? Like
Well,
he was
not free
living in
flights.
the
He
airport.
lived there for like 2 decades or something.
In an airport.
Yes. So what happened was he was some kind of refugee or something.
Oh.
Fleeing. He was supposed to go into France. He didn't have the right papers to go there, but he said his papers from his home country or wherever he was fleeing got stolen. And so he didn't have those papers either. And so they legally didn't have a place to extradite him or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he was just stuck in limbo forever. So he was at the airport a while. But then they tried to send him to like a hotel or some kind of
accommodation.
like some kind of accommodation where he could stay. He didn't like that, so he went back to the airport, and then that's where he just liked it and lived there for 20 years. So then I guess as he got older, but everybody at the airport knew he was living in the airport, and he became like a little airport celebrity, and then they just let him live there or whatever, which is just weird. And
he probably wasn't like bothering anybody too much.
Yeah. And so, but then to me, obviously, like, this part is sad because he needed help, I guess, later in life, and he went and lived in like a care facility, some kind of, for years, I guess.
Yeah.
And as he was like about ready to die, his last couple weeks, he went back and he like lived in the airport. And so he could die there.
Mental illness.
Then I was just like, okay, it was like a cool story until the end. Then I'm just like,
yeah,
crazy guy.
Right.
Then it was just like sad because I was like, no friends, no loved ones,
no family. That's like a story I told.
Hold your hand,
a couple of weeks ago, where it's like, oh, my boyfriend died, and I have no friends or family, so I might as well move to Ireland.
Yeah. That was funny again, listening to that.
That was crazy. Crazy story.
Anyway, speaking of being at work, I was thinking about my work the other day because
been working in the yard.
I was meeting. So we had these people we met at church who now we may convince them to go to another church. That's another story.
Giving up on Bass Pro Shop hats.
Yeah, giving up on Bass Pro cool trendy church and going. Anyways, it's a story. But anyway,
is that the fancy dinner you were at yesterday? Tammy posted fancy dinner.
We didn't go to a fancy dinner.
Someone did. Tammy did.
We didn't go to a fancy dinner. Tammy didn't.
Lunch? Brunch?
I don't think so.
She's skipping out.
She's going to lunch with Ligma?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was yesterday.
This is my new boyfriend, Ligma.
Oh, it's just someone. He comes up to these guys like tearing down a skate ramp like in a public place. And they're like, "Why are you filming this? Did you do this?" He's like, "No, but I know who did." And like, "Tell us who it is." And he's like, "I'm not going to tell you." And then the caption said, "I could have hit him with a good ligma." Oh, never mind. It was November 5th. It just came up on my feed.
Oh, yeah. That was Vic.
Is that her setup?
Yeah, let me see. Yep.
Looks very hip.
Yeah, she is. Vic has a good sense of style, vibe. She's got the whole granola, planty, single. It's a good vibe.
Plant lady. It's the new cat lady.
She's not total plant lady, but she definitely has PNW, cool, chill lady. PNW, cool, chill, plant lady vibe.
Yeah.
And she has a strong aesthetic. Let me put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when everybody was saying aesthetic on Instagram and stuff? Oh my gosh.
It's all about the aesthetic.
Yeah. Anyway, she is strong in the aesthetic. Me, I'm low aesthetic.
Yeah.
My aesthetic is all over the place.
Maybe you have it, but it's just too eclectic. It's not focused.
No, it's not even as eclectic. It's like I was saying the other time, right? You know, sometimes I'm choosing the cheap, middle of the road thing. I'm not. I need to choose an aesthetic.
I got a fat aesthetic.
A fat aesthetic? Yeah.
So you went out
Anyway,
with some
so I
friends
was
from
meeting some
church
new people.
that you're grooming.
I got a new game for you.
Oh boy,
Because we played Wordle tonight.
Yeah,
Have you played?
the one of the movie scenes.
I feel like you played this, or you might have said this to me. Worldle.
Worldle.
Okay. If you do Worldle instead of Wordle, WORL,
like the world. LE.
And it's a weird site. It's like French or something.
.net? No.
It's tutif.
Is it EL or LE?
WORLDLE. World LE, basically. Worldle.
It's trying to autocorrect to Wordle.
I know it does. But it gives you a picture of a country and you have to get it right.
It's freaking autocorrect. New York Times is really pushing this.
But what it does, so if you're playing Wordle, it gives you a picture of the country. So it's just like a black background.
You've already done this one today.
Yep. But the thing it does is if you type in a guess, and it helps you with the spelling. So just in case anybody that's...
Okay, I got 82% correct.
Okay, so it gives you the distance away.
Okay, but it's
you
in
are kilometers,
which is rough.
1.6.
Yeah.
And then it gives you the relative direction. So whatever country you guessed, but it gives you an arrow, but the arrow is the direction to the correct country, not
I went the wrong way. What?
The arrow is pointing to the correct country.
How far is 3,600 kilometers?
Maybe like...
Wait, so what's the percentage?
2,200 miles.
What's the percentage?
I don't know how close you are around the globe.
I guess because I got farther away in kilometers, and
yeah,
like 200 kilometers is like 1%.
Anyway, it's
Am I stupid?
What was your first guess?
Vietnam.
Oh, yeah, you were close. Yeah, but the arrow is pointing towards where the country where the correct answer is. So it's kind of hard because even if you know a lot of countries, if you're not good with maybe shapes or seeing the country...
Yeah, because it's just a white blob.
Yeah, it's just a white blob. It's difficult. Like, I sort of forgot or didn't know that Malaysia was one a couple days ago, is two big separate chunks of...
Oh, yeah.
And that was a difficult one. And it doesn't give you relative size because it's just fitting it
just fits in the square.
It fits it to your phone, so it may be like Singapore or something, but it just looks,
I got better. I was doing better. Oh, I'm getting worse. I'm getting way worse. I'm just guessing. My closest guess was Japan.
Yeah, you're so close. And then wait, let me see. What's Japan say?
1,000 kilometers to the
left,
bottom right. Well, yeah, I need to go to the left.
Yeah, you need to go to the left. There's not much left. You got China.
Yeah, I guess I don't know the shape. I got it.
And the correct answer was?
North Korea.
North Korea. And you have 6 guesses like Wordle.
Bonus round. Guess the neighbors. China, South Korea, Russia. That was easy.
Oh, yeah. Yep. But usually there's 6 there. So it maxes out to see if you can get 6 max. So there's a little bonus. So anyways, if you like playing Wordle.
Okay. So, I love this.
Anyway, so we met some people. That's where I learned about Wordle.
Mm-hmm.
And...
So they're nerds?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh,
But
guess
the guy, he's like a cool nerd. But anyway, what I was gonna say is, you know, I've bemoaned this fact a few times on the pod, but one of the main things of me is like I spent a lot of my life like caring and thinking about like Christianity, the Bible. I've done some extra Bible schooling and stuff like that. And it's just like that's not really a translatable topic in every, it's not a good like general conversation topic. Just meeting somebody out in public to be like, hey, do you want to talk about the history of the New Testament, or something?
Yeah.
Or do you want to talk about the Semitic people coming from Shem?
Right.
Maybe Kyrie Irving does, but most people don't. And so it's like I don't really have like that's been an interest for most of my life, but it's not a very translatable interest. And then another thing is I work in accounting. So the last couple days I have been working on this Excel form for our finance department to use we have a new dietary system that lets us pull information in a CSV. And so therefore I can do some little quick programming, blah, 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 blah.
I'm just vibrating right now. You're telling me about
we can
this.
change stuff that we've been having a hand key.
Hand key?
I know.
This whole time?
They've been hand keying it, and I changed it to this upload form that will take about 10 seconds to complete. And
Wow.
It's a big effing deal for our department, but it's
Where's
just
your promotion?
in my head I'm like, oh my gosh, if I just do a count if here and I do a sum here and I change this to be a sum product instead of a count if, and oh my gosh, and then I'm even proud because the hand key form, my form that is full of formulas top to bottom, is less KB
Kilobytes.
than the hand key
Wow.
worksheet.
So you not only efficiency up, but also compressed.
Exactly. And that's with all the data in there. That's not even blank.
I almost spit out my holiday sangria style Truly brought to
My
you by the
form
Boston
with
Beer Company.
my form with data is smaller than the template of the old form.
Insane. You
And
need a
then
gold.
you can just hand key stuff.
You need a gold star.
Okay.
You need a promotion, a raise.
I got one. I got both.
I'm calling.
And
Mr. Francis. I'm not bleep that.
Mrs. Franciscan.
Father Francis.
It's the sisters.
Oh, the Chai sisters.
But anyway, so I have a job that people don't want to talk about. And so anyways, these people that we met, they're just cool people.
Dox them. What's all their information?
Well, he works in an ER. Let's put it that way.
Uh-huh.
And she is a part-time therapist. Part-time.
Mental therapist?
Yeah. And they're just cool. They have this really cool Fox Island home. They have an au pair.
Oh, yeah. From Brazil?
Mexico.
Okay.
You know where this therapist works?
Kids at Mental Health.
No. She works, well, I don't know what company she works for,
Washington
but she works
State.
at home. But she had an office at the church that got the rug pulled out from under her. And so you know what they did? Instead of buying office space for her, they bought a converted short bus. And
Interesting.
the inside looks all
Posh.
yeah.
Hip.
So if you look at her screen, like behind her is still her degree and nice books and stuff like that. They don't know she's sitting in a short bus.
Wow.
And so that's cool.
Mhm.
They have axe throwing in their backyard.
What?
I know.
I'm gonna hang out with these people.
I know.
And we can talk nerd stuff. Worldle.
He has this cool. So they have a covered, like it was a carport kind of situation, but they turned it. He paints like river rocks.
The ones that they like leave around town.
No, he just paints them for himself. He knows. He's like, I could sell these, but I want to turn it into a business. But he's like, I like that it.
First, it's his mental escape.
Yeah.
Before it's a business.
I want to keep it and escape. He doesn't want to turn it into a
Right.
business because he just wants to keep the fun of it alive. And so he's even cool in that way. And he
Wow.
looks cool. And he wears a headband just randomly.
A sweat one or like a...
No, like a girl wears when it's up like this because he has kind of like curly locks.
long, luscious locks.
So he looks... He has a European soccer headband.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's just
Survivor
cool about
buff. Survivor buff-esque.
them. Exactly. And so it's just kind of... I will tell you, to be honest, I mean, sometimes it is... If I'm in a down mood, it's definitely something I can get down. If I'm feeling kind of lonely or whatever, I do have a thought sometimes. It's just like, oh yeah, it does kind of suck that I have a job that it's just like, same thing. It's not an easy thing to just chat about.
Right.
And I have all this knowledge that's not an easy thing to chat about.
My job, no one gets. Everyone's like, "Oh, you drive the train?" I do not. That's the number one. That's the first question is, you drive the train. Second question
Conductor, because people think the conductor is the train driver.
Right. Because they're the face of the outfit, you know?
Well, people
Polar Express.
And people know train conductor.
Yeah.
And they think of that hat. They think of that little stovepipe hat or whatever it's called.
Yep.
No, stovepipe is the other one. They think of
Corncob pipe.
They think of that little... It almost looks like a beret.
Pillbox. Pillbox hat.
No, I was thinking the floppy one that...
with the stripe,
the kids
like the
wear.
pinstripe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they graduated to the pillbox.
Yep. And so the first question is...
But people
you
think
drive
train
the
conductor is
you
the train driver.
You drive the train. And the second question is, have you wanted to do this just like ever? What got you into that? You always wanted to do that since you're a little boy? No.
That's funny.
First
I didn't
question.
think about that, but that makes
no.
sense.
Second question. No. How'd you get into that? What'd you have to do? I applied. What kind of experience did you have to have? None.
Zero.
So, but then now that I'm in it and it's taken you 5 years to understand like my schedule and stuff and things like that, and just to explain the lifestyle of what it is and what it entails and blah, 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 trying to, have friends that understand that. Doesn't make sense. They're like, oh, do you want to do something next Thursday? I'm like, I won't know until 2 hours before you want to do it.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me of something I need to talk to you about. Lauren has been posting dog updates on Facebook.
Yeah.
Which I usually only check to see what my Cambodia people are up to.
Yeah.
But Lauren's been posting on there.
Yep.
And she posts all this stuff, and it just looks like gobbledygook to me. And then now I'm just realizing as I'm just sitting here, I didn't even. Not only did I not give it a heart, I didn't even give it a thumbs up or anything.
How could you?
Because I was just lost.
Are you sure it was her post and not her tagged in it?
It was her.
Yeah.
And
because you're lost on what all the alphabet
yeah, I don't even know what all the verbiage means. And it's kind of like the Cambodia post. Sometimes if you hit translation, sometimes the translation is pretty good. And I can go like, oh, her grandma died. Sad face. You know. But then sometimes the translation is like, hey, I went to the moon Saturday and there my brother, baseball 17, whatever. It's like, okay, what?
Yeah.
And then you're afraid to give a thumbs up. And then the picture is maybe like, is this a sad thing or a happy thing?
Yeah.
And so you don't know to give it a thumbs up or a tears or a heart.
Yeah.
And so you just have to move on. And when Lauren was posting about the dogs and the sires and the WCS, TF, parentheses,
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
It's like a doctor.
I know. And then I feel like this is somebody I want to participate in her life. And then I feel like I can't. She needs to do brackets at the bottom and do like TLDR. But like.
For the plebes.
Yeah, for the plebes.
I have to look. Because I know like ROM, ROM, and I can't even remember what the real term is now. But that's like when they have 20 champions underneath them. They've sired 20 champions.
There was 2 in the span of like a week, maybe.
Yes. They abbreviate all of their things that they have done.
Exactly. It's like give.
You don't know what BISCHITCH stands for?
Bitch. Alex Rodriguez.
Some of them I think I'm going to mess up. Best in specialty something.
This is what I mean.
Champion.
Give somebody an inroad.
Okay, here we go.
To participate in your life. So that's kind of what I have to do with Tammy. You understand what I mean? I have a job and you have a job. This is kind of what you're saying.
Yeah.
That is not easily translatable. So, like for Tammy, she wants to know, like, how was your day? Well, it's like, well, I have to start back in college and teach you accounting in order to explain to you how my day was because that's what it involves. So I have to provide an on-ramp for her to participate in my life. And Lauren needs to do this. She needs to think about us. She needs to think about me. And don't just do abbreviations and all that.
Well, that's what they do.
Crass.
So it's like, here's her sister posted, thanks to so-and-so and so-and-so, the judges, for awarding case in best in specialty. But I think so it's like when it's just collies, I think it's best in specialty and show. So it's BISS. And then also BOV, best of variety, which is roughs versus smooths, you know that. And best of specialty, BOS. And then, yeah. No, wait, BOS I think is best opposite. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know. I don't know all the things either. I know there's CH with champion and there's grand champion, but when they do the abbreviations for grand champion, it's GCHG, and then like, where'd the G come from?
Grand.
The one at the end, GCHG.
Oh, grand champion.
I don't know. I'll work on that.
Gabagool.
Now that's Italian. Now that is Italian.
Oh,
Bramble.
I had
Very
to,
bramble.
I had to do a lookup on Gabagool.
Coppola? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, it has to do with.
It's like the American Italian version. Do you want another thing?
No.
Yeah. Gabagool.
Yeah.
The Sopranos.
Apparently, it's a thing. It's freaking cured meats.
Yeah. You know they're going to a show soon, so I'll try to get some clarifying and I'll give us an update.
Yeah, please. Please. Just tell her I would like to be a part of her life.
Yeah. Okay. You can come to the show if you're bored.
TLDR. It's bad show season.
This is peak show season.
I know.
Cold weather equals big fluffy dogs.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's right. We got Lana's birthday just happened. Or is happening.
Yeah, what day?
Well, there's a
This
party and there's a family thing.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah.
I got
Both.
invited.
And then we're going to be in the holiday season. It's the holiday season.
Da-da-da-da.
Da-da, da-da,
Da-da-da-da.
da, 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 da.
She'll be coming down the chimney now. And a hickory dock.
Tick that talk.
Are you excited for that? Do you like the holiday season?
Oh, yeah.
It's probably my favorite season.
Well, right now, this is like the blah season. It's the couple of weeks in between.
Blase.
Yeah. September, I'm good in September. And then
September, you have like football.
September is like summer is winding down. And it's kind of like, ooh, fall.
Even though it was like 80 degrees.
Yeah, except this year was weird. And October, still, it starts to be like, oh, what is happening?
Yeah.
And then
all of a sudden it's like Halloween on the last day.
yeah, so Halloween is breaks it up a little, but the weeks in between
I feel like October was a blur.
the first 4 weeks or whatever of November before Thanksgiving, because we have always, in my family, we've always set up our Christmas tree post the Thanksgiving meal. So
yeah.
either Friday or Saturday, Sunday, that weekend, we set up our Christmas stuff. So November has like nothing. You're just anticipating, and everything's starting to be dreary, and you'll be like, oh yeah, we're socking in for the winter.
I feel like I just got engaged yesterday. And that was in August.
Oh man. Do you feel comfortable telling people yet?
I think we did already.
I know. Well, on the pod, I still think about that all the time. When you said, "Is it weird? I don't want to tell anybody."
Yeah. I just don't care about anyone else's opinions.
And I still think, yeah, I guess.
I mean, there's a part of you that wants to, hold Simba on top of Pride Rock.
I know what you mean.
Shout it from the rooftops. But that's more for everyone to hear.
Yeah,
if you're on the rooftop, you're not going to hear their opinions back.
Exactly.
So then if I like telling people...
But what opinions?
I don't know. It's not really their opinion. But I don't even care like if they're happy.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole interaction of like, oh, congratulations.
Oh,
blah,
yeah.
blah.
Then you feel like you owe something back, because
even like,
be like
one of my like higher up bosses like heard about it and was like, hey, congratulations. I was like, why are you talking to me?
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
You're just like father.
No.
Congratulations. Why are you talking to me?
No, I'm just kidding. I just struggle with the human interaction. That's all.
Why are you talking to me?
It's also weird because I'm at work. It's union versus company.
Oh yeah,
that's fun.
It's one of those things that makes somebody cross the barrier.
Yeah. No, it was good. It's nice. They help me out. They knew it was happening because I needed to be because I had
need the time off.
one less vacation day than I needed, and I was like, well, no, I don't care what you do. I'm not going to be here that Friday.
It gets you on their side. It gets them thinking about you.
Emotionally invested.
Yeah, gets them in. You have a positive aura swirling around you.
Which I always do since day one.
Oh, I have an update.
Yeah?
Speaking of positive freaking swirling auras.
Yeah?
Remember I talked about this lady who's worked there for 10 years and she's never said hi to me one time.
The one that sits in the CEO section?
Yeah. And she
forgets who you are.
We've been waiting on an elevator. We've been waiting for an elevator, got in the elevator, walked across the street, up the building. Oh, no, she doesn't park over there. She parks with the
fancy section.
Fancy people. Anyways, and she will not even make eye contact.
And this is morning or afternoon?
Morning, afternoon, doesn't matter. 10 years worth. Never even acted like...
You've been there 10 years?
Yes.
Wait.
Never even acted like I exist.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say that. That sounds bad, but it's true. She's leaving in December.
Mm-hmm.
Retiring.
Mm-hmm.
She's not that old. I wonder if she's just leaving, but maybe...
Maybe she's been making too much bank.
I think she has. And so, anyway, she's retiring. And in December, a couple weeks now, you know what she did the other day?
Pinched your butt.
She was waiting for the elevator. I walked by the glass doors, and she went like this.
She gave you a howl.
She just gave me a howl. But that how literally has not even done that. Has not even give me a courtesy hello.
Well, didn't you call her out the other day and say, I'm Michael, I've worked right over there for 10 years?
But I didn't know, but that was into the little box.
Oh.
I didn't know I was talking to her specifically.
Yeah, it was like the little camera
but
box thing.
But once I knew it was her, it made me more mad.
I have the groundbreaking Excel spreadsheet. Hello. Paying for your retirement.
And so, anyways, so
you're going out to lunch this week or what?
Yeah. So then we just made out. Oh my gosh, I had a dream, or I had to. Usually in my dreams, Tammy is. So a lot of my dreams, I'll still be married, but I'll have a girlfriend.
Polyamorous.
It's not even like a poly situation. It's more like a side chick situation. And like the other day, I had a dream where Esther Pavitsky, you know her? We were watching,
not personally.
We were watching like a movie together, and we were sort of like cuddling, watching a movie. But it was more like Tammy knew it was fine.
Yeah.
And it was just like, hey, that's just what they do. Just a little like friends with benefits situation, but the only benefits were cuddling.
Non-sexual touching.
I forgot about that. That's funny. Yes, this was even further than that.
Oh boy.
But I mean, it wasn't further in that it was sexual touching, but it was not in the platonic. We're cuddling, watching a movie.
Yeah.
But then in my dream, I had to tell Tammy that I slept with this person.
Oh boy.
But it was like kind of like a movie. I was like, she's in my head. I was like, I didn't sleep with her like one time. I slept with her like 100 times. but I was just laughing when I woke up because I was like, you don't say you slept. 100 is not a number that you say you slept with somebody. Like, if you say like, oh, I slept with somebody one time, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
you
if
put a number on it.
But if it's like up in 100.
I had a dream I was like at this party with podcasters. One being
there we go.
Shane Gillis and other like that crew. I think
Yeah.
it was because Mark Norman's bachelor party episodes came out.
Yeah.
So it was like a lot of those people. And it was this conflict between them peer pressuring me to like drink more and then Lauren asking me to leave. And I'd be like, but they're, and I'm like torn. I was like torn between.
Were you partying at your house or whatever?
No, it was at like it was like at a place, their house or something.
And
like,
Lauren was there, and she's just like, I don't want you here.
yeah,
You're
she
too
was
out
like,
of
we need to
control."
go.
Oh,
yeah, blah, blah,
leave
blah.
together.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, it was like, but then they're like, but I don't even know what it was. Like, I don't know enough details to be like, we were, like doing what we were doing, but it was just like their peer pressure versus the love.
Women be like that though. They always Tammy's usually so cool in my dreams, and so then that's what was pissing me off.
Yeah,
And
why can't you just be chill?
And Lauren's like that too. See, it's deep inside of us. They're holding us back.
But Lauren said the other day I was having a dream and I was doing this.
Okay, that's like mother.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a dream last night. I think there's like a lion roaring at me.
Wait, I
but-
think that was when we were in Memphis. I said it was the stress.
That's fine.
It was in we were in the hotel.
I was sleeping on the couch this morning, and my nose has been kind of clogged, a little bit of a cold. And I must have been snoring because I had some kind of dream where there's a lion roaring, and I woke up and my mouth was just like...
It's always the sound
I know.
related.
I know. And I was just like, yeah. I was
So
like,
I'll have
"Oh,
ones.
sure."
I'll have ones like where I can't breathe or something, but then that's like my nose is plugged or whatever,
Oh.
or I'm like doing this.
Yeah, Tammy has those pretty frequently. Frequently enough where it's like, "Ah," and I have to like reach over. And usually she has the sleep paralysis, so she's like she's awake and trapped in her
Oh.
body. So usually when she's going, "Ah,"
That's fun.
she's trying to
Wake
escape
up.
the torture of her body.
Sleep paralysis demon.
But then sometimes it's just something happening in the dream.
Yeah, that's usually what it is.
I'm hoping I can get her back for all the mean things she's been saying to me in my dream.
Yeah, I just have the weirdest dreams, as we've talked about.
Next week, we are into December. The December podcasts. Christmas podcast. And for every podcast in December, we'll be doing a special Bible reading.
Oh boy.
The Nativity Bible readings. Brought to you. I was add Semitic backup, but then I got too far.
We're doing the 12 nights of Christmas, but it's just 4 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All
I'm here
right.
for it.